Ms. Moleboheng Lishabani, NEMISA Board Chairperson, members of the NEMISA Board, Mr. Trevor Rammitloa, NEMISA CEO, British High Commission representative, the Gambian ambassador to the UN, Professor Mahamadou Ka, Vice Chancellors and representative of the South African University here present, and of course, all colleagues, all the viewers who are watching us through a number of platforms, including Facebook, because I'm told this event is streamed live. Welcome to CPUT. I hope that I've covered almost everybody. If I'm not, I'm sure I will be forgiven. I always rely on the maxim of law, which is de minimis non curat lex, is actually saying of small thing the law knows no cure. It means that if I have omitted an individual, it happens in conferences and symposia of this nature. And I'm sure it's actually negligible. I can actually be forgiven. People who are doing science, they always talk about something being negligible. It's actually so small. Of course, the law as well will talk about in dubio pro reo. That means that if you are in doubt, give it to the defendant. If there is dubiousness, if that standard, whether in civil or in criminal, if you don't reach those particular standards, give it to the defendant. It gives me a great pleasure to welcome you at the Cape Peninsula University of Technology, CPUT. We normally say it's Cape Peninsula University of Technology or CPUT. We don't actually say CPUT. I hear some people saying CPUT. Some will say kaput. It is C as in the C outside here, the P as in the P that you grow, U as in you, and the T as you actually drink a tea, CPUT. A special warm word of welcome to our guests who will be joining us virtually via Facebook and other platforms across the globe. It will be remiss of me of not welcoming the university delegates and vice chancellors from sister collaborating universities, sponsors, and funders for this occasion. Program directors, Prof Nhlapo and Ms. Nkosiko Msweli, we appreciate the opportunity of hosting this summit at our university, especially as we roll out our Vision 2030, or what we call CPUT 3.0 or CPUT version 3. Some people are saying this is what is called the making of a masterpiece or magnum opus. Let me share briefly with you some ideas about this vision, CPUT 3.0, and illustrate to you the relevancy as well as the appropriateness of this particular vision, particularly in light of this symposia or conference. The One Smart CPUT is a concept with two dimensions. The oneness dimension of Vision 2030 is focused on our human centricity through our smart people and the smart CPUT community that values and embraces unity, ubunye, in diversity, ungafani. So that's actually the concept and one dimension that deals with oneness. And then, of course, the second dimension of this vision is around smartness, which, of course, is focused on the technological developments and innovation as considered by the current and the future industrial revolution. So this vision or decadal plan of CPUT is looking at these two dimensions, the oneness as well as smartness. As we are pushing technology, we are also pushing the oneness and the human centricity along. Cognizance was taken that CPUT has always operated within its breadth of being a University of Technology or a UOT. Some people refer to us as MIT of Africa because of a number of initiatives at this institution. Recently, I'm sure some of you have heard that we launched a constellation of a number of satellites in California at SpaceX. This is first for the continent, and they are still orbiting the space. We are still harvesting the data at our Belleville ground station. Indeed, given the future anticipated technological development, it is the UOT-ness of CPUT that will be its strength in the decade to come, especially living in times of volatility, uncertainty, complexities, and ambiguity, or what is referred to as VUCA. CPUT's future students belong to the native digital generation who are well exposed and will increasingly become more exposed to technologies and the knowledge economy, social platforms, and the World Wide Web. They will know when to shift from develop to replace, because that's always a challenge, the develop or replace conundrum. We are navigating that as an institution very carefully. And we are also rolling as an institution to support this Vision 2030, the so-called smart classrooms. And we have defined what we mean by smart classrooms. And thanks to COVID, because they have catalyzed a number of processes that otherwise could have been very tardy. Smart classroom integrate voice recognition, computer vision, and other technologies, collectively referred to as intelligent agents, to provide a tele-education experience similar to a traditional classroom experience. In this particular space, we have exemplars already on campus. Some are the first generations of smart classroom, some are the second generation of smart classrooms, but we're actually giving what are the characteristics of a smart classroom that we want at CPUT to address Vision 2030. That's how we managed to navigate the 2 years of very hard lockdown and ensure that we finish our academic program. As we always say at the institution, CPUT does not belong to us who are here now. Rather, we are the guardians of the institution for the future generations who leave behind a legacy far beyond our time here. So a CPUT graduate will recognize that society, technology, and science are intertwined, and that technology and science have the capacity to effect the changes in society. That's why we believe in working in the applied space, because our graduates must be able to contribute meaningfully to society. We are appreciative of the fact that NEMISA uses a multi-stakeholder approach to prioritize digital skills in South Africa. I have no doubt with the array of speakers that I've seen in the program that postgraduates are going to immensely benefit from this symposium. Now, a message to all of you postgraduate students. Postgraduate, your answers to hypotheses may be coming out today. If not today, in the next 2 days. Just pay attention, network, and feel free to ask questions. Postgraduate students, notice that digital technology continues to advance at such a fast pace that while we are still talking about the 4IR, others are already talking about the 5IR. Let us embrace all these revolutions, all knowledge revolutions, and ready ourselves for the future world of work. As CPUT, we will be stepping rapidly into knowledge revolution. It will be critical to embrace a deep understanding of changing workplaces to create valuable human-machine collaboration, shifting understanding of work from task completion to problem-solving completion with a strong focus on human relationship. Now, it goes back to the question that I alluded to of the two-dimensional nature of the so-called smart university, oneness as well as smartness. We are pushing them together as an institution. In conclusion, let me once more thank NAMISA for continuing to work in a multi-stakeholder way with academia, with government and industry. Let me also thank NAMISA for building a culture where people depend upon people. The value of working together has a multiplier effect. The results of the multi-stakeholder engagement means digital skills can be advanced through various mechanisms. All the best with the symposium, including the summit, and welcome again to the Cape Peninsula University of Technology, or CPUT, as I've actually said, or CPUT, not CPUT. To postgraduate student, I conclude, let virtuosity be your lamplight, diligence be your North Star, integrity be your lighthouse, and lifelong pursuit for greatness be your compass. Enjoy your day at CPUT. As we close at this institution, there are three languages that we embrace. We always say, Enkosi mawethu, diyabulela. And of course, you'll have a large portion of our people who will definitely be left out if we don't say, Baya danki dames and here. And of course, we will not have completed that salutation if we don't actually say, thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. Enjoy your stay at CPUT and enjoy the summit. Thank you very much.